Yeah, Melo, always a difficult class. Actually, this year we really didn't have a lot of Melo compared to last year. I think about 2 years ago, I also spoke about Melo, it being one of those most difficult grape cultivars to produce, not just in South Africa, but worldwide. That has actually led us to producing a lot more softer, easy drinking Melos. So I think whenever we are judging Melo, we are looking for a lot more pure, a little bit more serious Melo. But the consumer out there is looking for something more soft, easy drinking. And also, one thing that I've picked up as well when it comes to Melo, it's almost like rosé. When that consumer walks into a liquor store or a retail store, a wine shop, and they are looking for Melo, the first thing that they think about is it should be sweet, it should be cheap, So hence why we're a little bit diverse, compared to the consumer and the judges. The judges are looking for something a lot more serious, a lot more sophisticated, something that can work with food, whereas the consumer is looking for something more easy drinking and cheap. And Melo has got that reputation at the moment, which is not a good reputation because we're starting to produce a lot more serious, good Melo out there. Sure, it's always a privilege to judge Cape Classic. Everybody knows. I always say, never say no to bubbly, And Cape Classic, I think this year showed up very, very well. We had about 38 Cape Classics compared to last year. I think we only at about 35 or 32. I can't remember correctly, but Cape Classic has developed tremendously, which is really, really amazing for us in South Africa because we always try and compare ourselves with champagne, and we shouldn't be comparing ourselves with champagne. We have a very sophisticated Cape Classic with much more refined bubbles, and also that's where we start talking about sense of place. If you start comparing Cape Classic with champagne, champagne is very, very cold, it's cool climate, whereas, yes, we've got a bit of cool climate, but we've got sunshine. So our Cape Classic are a lot more bright, a lot more fruit forward, but the bubbles are very refined. That's one thing that we picked up this year. And the color was really, really amazing. But again, the consumer out there always try to compare us with champagne. Even internationally, not a lot of people understand Cape Classic because everybody thinks, Cape Classic is just another sparkling wine. Yes, it's bottle fermented, but we should be proud and say, you know what, this is South Africa. This is our own sparkling wine, as much as it's bottle fermented. But we've got pure fruit in our Cape Classic at the moment. As I mentioned, very refined bubbles as well, and very, very impressive. And I was quite impressed that we actually didn't have a lot of sweet Cape Classic this year. And usually, we have a few nectars, but not a lot. We literally, I think, had two sweet wines, two sweet Cape Classic this year. But it's a growing category, which is really, really amazing. I would like to see a lot more Cape Classic being submitted at the Trophy Wine Show because it's the #1 growing category. So yeah, it was a privilege to judge Cape Classic.